in one stop on American and Delta Airlines. Enjoy the Gator fly-in and remember to fly easy, fly Gainesville. Are you suffering from neck, back, or leg pain? Go Green CBD store can help you with holistic, all-natural, lab-tested products that help with pain, stress, anxiety, inflammation, PTSD, and so much more. We stock smokable products, gummies, chocolate, coffee, tea, even pain cream. Yes, we even have treats and oils for your dogs or cats. Go Green CBD is located in the Paddock Mall in the center court. We're open every day. Come in today for a free sample.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Monday. Major Greg Martin from the Ocala Police Department is with us. You know, you said you want to talk about sports, and I do want to talk about sports, and I want to do it, though, in a vein that a lot of people don't realize because it's not well known, because your officers don't do this. They don't make it well known.
Right.
But there's stories all the time about officers in uniform. They're at work, but they're doing community relations, throwing a football with some of the youth out that they'll see in the middle of the street playing touch football or something. They'll stop and, hey, guys, as long as y'all, you're moving out of the street when traffic comes and everything.
Yeah.
They'll throw the football around, and some parent will inevitably put it on their cell phone and load it to TikTok or Facebook or something. You'll see them shooting hoops. I know that in the past, some officers got together when there was a dilapidated hoop in a neighborhood area, and they went and with their own money to Dick's Sporting Goods and bought a hoop and gave to the neighborhood kids and everything.
Yeah.
But how is it that, I mean, sports is a good tool to reach out to the communities because it's something we all understand.
Right. Well, you know what's amazing is how many athletes we have at the police department.
Yes.
I say this, now I'm not saying in a joking manner. So we had just recently played in a kickball tournament. I didn't participate in it because I had my appendix issue. And I was in the gym, and I ran into somebody from the hospital that said, do you guys hire all Division I athletes? And it came, a few months back, we were training to play softball, and I was counting. We had like 5 D1 baseball players. Mm-hmm. We've got a couple football commits played football. But I guess if your athletic career runs out, a lot of guys and gals get into the athletics. But, athletics in general unites everybody. And
it is the uniter.
Listen, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, sports unites everybody. Whether you're sitting at the beach and you're playing beach soccer, whether you're in a neighborhood and you see kids throwing. I mean, think about this. Back in the days when we were kids, right, growing up, playing stickball in the streets, hockey, no matter what it is, you're playing a sport. So a lot of our guys and gals in uniform that patrol communities, and we're trying to get back in. We've always had a community policing aspect, but being involved in your communities, some of our guys and gals like to get out of the cars and throw the football. And they don't do it for the reason of being put on TikTok and Instagram.
No, they do it for the relationships they're building.
Well, heck, we're stuck in a car all day long. It's bad enough that we got to hit a drive-through just to go from call to call, but to get out of the car, be involved in the community, and more importantly now with our biggest push last couple of years with our Polar Express and the great job that Tara Woods is doing with the chief, being involved in community events, but more importantly, getting out and having our youth getting connected with our younger generation to let them know that we're here for them and with them, not against them. So that's always been big with Greg Graham, but also now with Chief Balkin is a big push to be connecting our communities.
Well, I remember I used to do a show called Common Sense with Tom Schmitz, and you were regular. You made regular appearances.
I did.
And I remember you and I talked one time that you said sports and knowing kids when they were kids and throwing footballs with them and everything creates relationships.
Yep.
And you said once you became an investigator and everything that you would have people that they've known you since they were 7, 8 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Now they're 23, 24.
Oh, yeah.
Even though, snitches get stitches and all that,
Yep.
these people would
Yes.
pull you to the side and
Yep.
go, hey, I remember you from school,
Yep.
and give you information
Yeah.
all related to how you had treated them and their relationship with you growing up through the neighborhood as a kid and everything.
Isn't it always about relationships?
It is.
Right. So it doesn't make a difference. I mean, I've been coaching soccer for 16 years. I've coached baseball. I'm still to this day doing that. And no matter where I go, I always hear, "Hey, coach," or "Hey, Mr. Greg," and you turn around and you see people you've known. But it's all about relationships. If you treat people right, no matter where you are, no matter what you do, no matter what profession you're in, if you treat people right,
they will show the respect
they
back.
It's what it's all about. It's all about.
There's a lot to be
correctly.
said. Treat people the way you would like to be treated.
And Greg Graham used to say all the time, and I know Chief Balkin is it, but it's like every single case we get, you treat it as if it was your mother. It was the victim. That's his mindset. So we the community policing aspect of it, the great work that Tara Woods is doing with our Polar Express, and what we try to get our young men and women in the agency to understand is it's all about relationships. And you can get information the right way. You may not have to get it out on the street where it looks like they're putting themselves out, but one of the biggest disconnects that we have in some of our cheating cases, circling back around to that, is getting the community to trust one another, to get to trust us, because we can't solve crimes without community's help. And if the community doesn't have the trust that we're going to treat them the right way, then they're apprehensive in speaking to us. So it 100%, you hit the nail on the head. It's 100% about relationships and getting back to sports. If you can talk to the kids and you could play a little basketball on duty.
Pretty good.
Pretty good, right?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Good morning. You're on with Major Greg Martin.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you loud and clear, Mark.
Lima Charlie, and good morning, Major. Major, I went to a few calls myself back in the day, and had, in Dade County, Burger King would feed 5-0 for free, and I often see cops in there waiting to get their food. I'm like, I ain't got time for that. They're already waiting in line, but we'd get our chow and take off for another signal, and then you have to jump out of the car before you get your sandwich eaten. So you roll the bag up, put it down where your feet are at so it doesn't get in your way as you get out, and then get back after the call is handled or not handled, open that sack up, and you'd have to arm wrestle some cockroaches as big as my size 12 boots. But I wanted to say, Tom, getting back to transparency boils down to, and the Major's being very polite. He's being very civilized. It boils down to trust, and when you have trust, then people all know that they have a fair shake in the opportunity that they find themselves in. And if we take a look at the prosecutor in Brunswick, Georgia, who said she didn't see any crime in the Ahmaud Arbery case. So transparency, if it starts on the streets with law enforcement in the community, can matriculate itself up in the chain of command or go sideways or go lower. And so the police don't arrest prosecutors. That's not the point of my call. The point is good behavior is contagious, and negative behavior can be contagious. And if we show, like the Major, you can tell this gentleman's got heart and soul. When we show that we care about each other, regardless of our political interpretations, you have a better community. And that can affect the prosecutor who's about to make a mistake. And she did, and she's been arrested. And I make no comments about the case other than those are the facts. So I just wanted to get that out in the air because I think we have some harmony here in Marion County with everybody. There is harmony here, and it's very contagious. It's something special, and the city of Ocala does a good job of it, by the way.
Thanks for the call, Mark.
Yep. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, there is a lot to be said for, like the situation that happened in Brunswick. Somebody needed to counsel this district attorney and say, hey, we might need to look at that a little more careful. And I know that conversations like that happen. I know y'all work closely with the district attorney's office. You work closely with state investigators, federal investigators and all. And those kind of conversations are held behind the scenes to make sure that everybody's on the right page and you get it right as much as you possibly can.
Yeah. I mean, going back with Brad King and now with Bill Gladson, Mark had a lot of valid points, and there are some agencies that don't work, that aren't connected with one another. I've known Bill Gladson for 25 plus years, and a lot of people don't know what Bill actually was in law enforcement before, but even Walter, some of the staff he has, it's an amazing group of men and women over there at the state attorney's office. And a lot of the times we as investigators, we spend a lot of time over there connected with the state attorney's office and preparing for prosecution and so forth. So I know some areas that aren't connected with the sheriff's office and the district attorney's office. They're not really connected, but I can tell you right now, the relationship has never been better than it is right now with Bill and Sheriff Woods and Chief Balkin. So we are very fortunate here in Marion County, and I think that's why we have such trust and good working relationships amongst one another.
We got to take a break. We'll be back more with Major Greg Martin after this timeout on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. So let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
On the first and third Wednesday mornings each month at 9:05 a.m., Robert Colin with On Top of the World will be our guest as we learn all about the exciting lifestyle and new home choices available at Ocala's premier adult active community, On Top of the World. From time to time, Robert will bring guests, and you're sure to enjoy our little chats. After all, you deserve the world, and we bring it to you.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
Hey there, I have a question for you. Is your roof asphalt and does it look like it needs replacement? Did you get quotes and were you in sticker shock? Would you like to save not hundreds, but thousands of dollars? Did you call RoofMax? Well, call RoofMax with their patent-pending technology, which can add years to your roof without needing to replace it. And it's easy. You just pick up the phone for a free quote. Plus, they use state-of-the-art satellite technology to measure your roof. So, if your roof is over 7 years old, then you should call RoofMax today at 352-639-2777. That's 352-639-2777.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. Major Greg Martin of the Ocala Police Department has been kind enough to stay with us the entire hour. When you talk about police, though, and you look past the badge and you get, you realize that it's a job that you don't clock in and clock out, but basically, you punch in, you punch out, then you become John Q. Citizen just like everybody else again.
Right.
You do get caught up in a lot of the sports around this area.
Oh, yeah.
So with that being said, you big high school guy. You got your own high school team because you're not originally, you didn't graduate high school from
Yes,
Ocala.
I did.
Oh, did you?
I was a graduate of Forest High School.
Oh,
in
I didn't know you
1990.
graduated
Yes,
from
sir.
Forest. Oh.
Yes, sir. 1990 graduate of Forest High School.
So you got to be upset with how well Forest plays football.
Well, so the crazy part recently, over the last couple of years, is how the powers of just change. Right, you get a coach comes in, all of a sudden, mysteriously they get talent. Either they're coaching better or they get talent. But over the years, it's been very disappointing, to say the least, to see the lack of, I wouldn't say talent, but I think a combination of both, where I feel that school should be a powerhouse.
With the transfer rules, though, it's very hard to keep talent.
Listen,
because if you're winning, talent comes to you. If you're not winning, with the transfer rules now, it's very hard to keep. I mean, Price Harris keeps the talent in Denellen.
Yeah.
Because it's very difficult to drive 40 miles to take your kids somewhere else. But in Ocala, right now, Edwin Farmer's winning.
I know.
So all the talent's going to Vanguard.
I know.
John Brantley is running Trinity.
Yep.
That name
brings
talent to
right.
Trinity.
Right. Yeah, no, I
Forrest just hired a guy that didn't win a game at Lake Weir.
I know. And, and growing up, when I was in school, you couldn't transfer there. It's like all the talent went to the school, whatever your district was, that's where you went to school.
You had to if you were going to live at your aunt's house,
right,
you had to prove your mom and dad was dead, she was your guardian, that your grandmother had nothing to do in your life, and that both your uncles on your dad's side didn't like you before you could transfer.
And, and like right now, so you ask about what school that I follow. Right now I'm a Forest High School guy. My son's graduating from Vanguard. They both ran cross country and played soccer there. But right now I go follow a lot of the young kids that I coached in baseball over at Forest High School, plus the Yancey family and so forth. But like back in the day, Forest was an elite powerhouse in Marion County, and very seldom did we ever fall short of having successful seasons
in almost every sport.
In almost every sport. But now, it's a matter of North Marion's got good baseball programs. You look at the success the Fabians are having at Florida. Matter of fact, I just saw Derek starting at third base yesterday. But you look at some of the success and some of the talent here locally, but you're right. You got coaches that come in, have stability, and the names bringing, and the talent's going to come to that school, and they're going to run it.
I had a friend of mine that's a Forest graduate, played football at Forest. He in the early 80s, and he says the reason Forest is not good in athletics anymore. This is his conspiracy theory. The reason Forest is not good in athletics anymore is because it should have never moved. They should have rebuilt, or they should have left it and redone. And all that. Forest High School is supposed to be on Fort King, and when it moved out to Maricamp, it took all the juju of how good they were at sports and destroyed it.
They're blah. Listen, I played baseball at Forest High School in the days where there was no fence in the outfield, and you could hit
just run as far as you can run.
You could hit the ball down the third base line and run for a week, and no one's going to get that ball.
Right.
So I don't buy into that. That school was ready to go, and I don't even know how they have school there, but. Forest is a beautiful campus, and with transfer rules, I just think you're right. You hit the nail on the head. If they were to bring in a reputable coach, because parents nowadays, when I have conversations with the parents, it's not about necessarily, yes, winning and losing is important, but it's how you coach my kid, right?
If Price Harris left Denellen and come to Forest would start winning football games.
Let me tell you something. I listened to him speak a few weeks ago at I think at the breakfast over on Baseline, and it's the first time I've heard him speak And I wanted to go play football for the guy. But listen, when you have
He's
a
going
kid,
to Madison County, by the way.
Listen, powerhouse. But when you have kids that go to high school nowadays, and you want, especially if they've got any talent whatsoever, you're trying to prepare them for the next level. If they're going to play college somewhere, they have talent to play college. Winning and losing is great. It matters. But how are you coaching my child? Are you preparing them for those moments to play? So you look at what Harris has done. You look at Brantley, he speaks for itself. You know he's going to have staff that's going to coach your kid, coach him correctly. Now, whether you make it to the college or not is up to you on how you play.
Right. Well, that's like Edwin Farmer at Vanguard.
Oh, yeah.
Vanguard puts 11 to
Solid.
15, 16 kids every year
Solid.
in D1 and D1 AA schools.
Solid.
Because they're coached up and ready to go.
Correct.
John Brantley's going to have guys coached up and ready to play at the next level.
Yep.
Price is going to have people coached up, ready to go at the next level.
Ready to go. Yep. And that's, listen, that's
what
important.
a parent wants.
That's important. It's important, especially when, like, I grew up, playing baseball for the Yancey family, and Coach Simmons playing football. And the one thing you would never, ever, ever say is that you weren't mentally and physically prepared to play each game. Right?
Well, if you played for a Yancey, you were mentally ready to go.
Oh, listen, Coach Yancey, if he's out there listening, he mentally and physically prepared to play the game. And when you look at these coaches, if you want your kid who's talented to go to these schools, and they have transfer rules, and that's why you have powerhouses, and they routinely switch. Because years ago, back when I was in high school, North Marion they didn't really have a great program in baseball or football. And then they went into a time period where they started developing.
If Craig Damon was still at North Marion, North Marion would still be a powerhouse in this county.
Powerhouse, but
But that's leadership and coaching.
Forest Baseball's got a pretty good team this year.
They do. Forest has a really good baseball.
Really good baseball team this year.
But it goes back to leadership and management, and it's skills you learn through those sports and everything. Leadership and stuff that you guys, like you said, you got. How many Division I baseball players on the police department? Female basketball. I know there are 2 females that play college basketball that worked at one time for the police department. I know there's a lot, but that's where leadership skills are taught through sports. And you guys go after those type of people. Now, when it comes to high schools and everything, is there an active movement by the police department to go in and try to find the best of the best as they're graduating high school?
I mean, I'm trying to get into a lot of the schools recently, but you have the ROTC that's out there. But yes, there's mentorship programs now, and if anybody's out there listening that wants to get any information on it, both with the fire department and the police department, Major Steve Cuppy has done a phenomenal job with mentorship, getting into our SROs to speak to kids that if they want to get into law enforcement or any other career, they need developing in the skill set. To reach out to us, we can lead them to get in there. But we're trying to find the best of the best. Leadership is important. High character is important. If you're coached right, you're taught right. Because the majority of coaches will tell you that coaching the sport is just a small part of it.
Very little.
I tell my young man now, I'm back coaching. I know we're limited on time. I'm coaching a U12 team right now, and I preach to them every day. It's not about coaching you about soccer. It's about how to be good young men, how to be good students in school, how to be good kids to your parents, how to be great teammates. And it's all incredibly important because it goes hand in hand. If you're going to come out here and you're going to work hard and be a good teammate, you're going to listen, you're going to be a good student, because all those things matter. You can't get to high school and be a terrible student and go play sports somewhere without having some type of success or some type of mentorship to get you there. But it's also about developing them to be good, great young men and women when they get into their professional careers. Because less than 1% ever make it to a professional athlete sport?
Well,
right?
like I said, Ty Cobb didn't get invited to the Field of Dreams, not because he wasn't talented, but nobody liked him. He wasn't a good guy, so they didn't invite him to the Field of Dreams. And I know that's a movie reference, but that was in true life. Ty Cobb was one of the most hated people in Major League Baseball. Great talent, but nobody really liked him. And it goes a long way into being men and good women, good men in your likability, your ability to work with others, to get along with others. It goes a long way.
It does.
Hey, Greg, thanks so much for coming by today.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Filling in for the chief. He said that he was sending you. I said, oh, great. There goes my morning. There goes my morning. So,
well, I appreciate it as always. Always fun to talk to you, Tom.
Good to see you and good health again.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
NATO jets may be heading to Ukraine. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken told CNN that NATO members have the go-ahead to send fighter jets to Ukraine to help the country defend itself against Russia's onslaught.
We are working with Poland as we speak to see if we can backfill anything that they provide to the Ukrainians. We very much support them, providing MiGs, Sus, planes that Ukrainians can fly.
A third round of peace talks are in the works for the combatants today. At least 7 people are dead, 2 of them children, younger than 5, after multiple tornadoes swept across central and southwest Iowa this past weekend. 6 of the fatalities came from the Madison County area just southwest of Des Moines. The National Weather Service received 42 reports of tornadoes in the south central and southwest portion of the Hawkeye State. The tornadoes were worse than forecasters predicted. USA Radio News.
Have you or someone you know used heartburn medications Zantac or ranitidine and been diagnosed with cancer? Zantac and ranitidine have been positively linked to cancer. According to the FDA, Zantac and ranitidine contain NDMA, a known cancer-causing agent. NDMA has been positively linked to cancers of the bladder, pancreas, esophagus, liver, and stomach. Even in single doses and in smaller doses over time, NDMA is one of the strongest proven cancer-causing agents. Call 888-960-1233 or go to ZantacMoney.com. You may be entitled to substantial compensation without going to court if you or a loved one have taken these products in the past 10 years and been diagnosed with cancer. Call now to see if you qualify for free. Call 888-960-1233 or visit ZantacMoney.com to get what may be owed to you. You may be entitled to a cash reward. Find out now at ZantacMoney.com or call 888-960-1233 to see if you qualify for free.
Some of the benefits of becoming an oat farmer. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
I'm Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Freed. Everyone knows Florida grows the world's best produce. From citrus to strawberries, watermelon to blueberries, our produce growers feed our families and the world. With over $125 million in annual revenue for growers, the Fresh from Florida program helps Florida farmers stay competitive in a tough marketplace. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
It's a new day. Thanks to the Farm Bill, USDA's conservation programs encourage, even reward, farmers who are willing to make a commitment to conservation. There are voluntary programs which provide technical assistance, cost share, land rental, and incentive payments. Conservation, there's something in it for you. Call or visit your local USDA Service Center. Brought to you by the Natural Resources Conservation Service.
Southeast AgNet is social. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, where you can be sure to find all of the agriculture news for the Southeast.
Oats are a nutrient-rich grain that makes a wonderful meal not only for humans, but also for livestock. When comparing grains, oats are the highest in protein, and many of the newer varieties contain up to 22%. They're renowned for lowering cholesterol and being high in fiber. Oats are a hardy grain and actually pretty easy to grow. After all, oats are basically grass, so you can grow it as a cover crop. Oats are often grown specifically as a companion plant to help control weeds. Plant them with legumes, winter peas, field beans, clover, vetch, alfalfa, and wheat. Growing your own oats means you can make your own oatmeal. You could also try making oat milk. Oats are also used to ease inflamed skin or to treat acne. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates.